Sam from Road Trail Run here. I want to give you all the details and some first run impressions on the Saucony Guide 13. It's coming out here in a few weeks at the beginning of November. It's a light stability trainer, light on the stability, and I'll show you how they've done that. You'll say, wait a minute, it isn't a Saucony Guide ISO 3. We had an ISO 2 before because the ISO-Fit upper is gone, replaced by a very nice engineered upper with plenty of support that was very easy to fit. Secondly, the underfoot is significantly changed. Not only do we have Saucony's new PWRUN midsole, which is a TPU and EVA blend, but we also, instead of a firm medial post as we had in the past, we have a TPU plate here that extends under the foot, so it's kind of an L-shaped system. So I personally can't stand very many stability or motion control shoes, but on my first run today I noticed it, but barely, because the support is really only on the outside. There's no firm kind of under the arch brick feel here. Now the PWRUN midsole was very surprising. In combination with the outsole, which is a thinner rubber than, if you will, we have on the Triumph over here. We'll talk about that. And it isn't crystal rubber. I found that the layers, if you will, of outsole and midsole were very consistent in feel. There was no kind of firmer feel of the outsole over under a softer midsole, as I somewhat felt over here in the Triumph, which has a full TPU midsole that's kind of bouncier and softer, a bit like Boost. So over here we have a very consistent feel. I was also very surprised how responsive they are. These things really pop. Okay, it's a 10.5 ounce shoe, about 298 grams, so it's not a super lightweight. It's just maybe a touch heavier than the Guide ISO 2, but it has the same overall stack height of 32.5 millimeters in the heel and 24 millimeters in the forefoot. So the geometry really hasn't changed beyond, of course, losing that big firm medial post and getting the plate. Now the upper is a nice engineered mesh. It's very supportive. It's a little less soft around the collar than the kind of stretchy Triumph, and it's a bit more supportive as well, you'd expect with a more stability or motion control shoe. Now, as I said before, I really generally can't stand these kinds of shoes. Usually run neutral, but the ride was really good here. It's very the support, the extra support is there. There's no question. You feel it from this nice big firm heel counter all the way through, but it's in no way kind of obnoxious or in the way, as I often find these kinds of shoes. So we're going to have a full multi-tester review soon, but on roadtrailrun.com, a written review. But this is a very fine new option at about 10.5 ounces or 298 grams. It's $120, whereas our Triumph is $150 at about the same weight, maybe a touch lighter for the Triumph. I see it as a great shoe if you are putting in a lot of miles, you're doing a lot of kind of road up-tempo speed work intervals, and you want some stability and some protection to kind of get you through those miles. Is it an option for folks who usually are in a neutral shoe? Yes, I think so. It may not be exactly what you expect from, say, a Triumph, which is more resolutely neutral, but I found the ride here very poppy, very responsive. So it's a firmer ride, but I think that little bit of addition of TPU, I don't know how much, in the overall midsole mix adds a touch of bounce, a touch of pop. It's well cushioned, yes, and on the firmer side, but it's really kind of a fast feeling, heavier duty shoe. So we'll have a lot more details in the full review. Thank you for watching, and then we also have a review, a video review of the Triumph, so you can compare, and our full written review of both will be out real soon. Thank you very much for watching Road Trail Run.